Hello everyone, this is Phoenix here. I am here today to talk about the 10 worst movies that I've ever seen in my own opinion. This video is pretty much made for entertainment reasons, and if anyone who is watching this and thinks differently from me, that is completely okay with me. You can also ask me any type of question that you really feel the need to ask. Also, I have a feeling not everyone will agree with all the words that I'm saying about any of these movies, or just any of these movies being on this list. Well, at least respect my opinion, because I will respect yours and all the comments, good and the bad. And if you actually so happen to like any of these movies, well, that's okay. Like, I mean, it can be completely understandable, so just say why you like it, and there you go. Everything will be alright. So enough of the introduction already, let's just get this list started. At number 10, we have The Room. I have a feeling that everyone would have thought that I would have put this at number 1, right? Well, to be honest, I've seen a hell of a lot worse than this. Likewise, it really is a freaking shitty movie, but at least I can actually sit through this and watch it and fucking laugh my ass off because of how fucking bad it is. But the main reason why I put this so low on this list, well, it's because it's one of those, it's so shitty that, like, it's at least entertaining. But as for the main reasons though, like, for one, the acting is freaking cheesy, and just everything is just so bland, kinda dull, and I don't know, the movie wasn't really made well at all. But though, although it does have its funny moments, like, for an example, if you guys ever seen this movie, or at least know about it, the flower shop scene. Yeah, I think you guys should know what I'm talking about right now. So yeah, this is pretty much the reason why this movie is at number 10. Because it freaking sucks at just being an actual movie, but it's more of like just a disaster, just hilarious shit. Don't they think it's so funny, huh? No idea what the fuck I was trying to do right there. At number 9, we have Howard the Duck. I don't really remember this movie all too well because I've only remember seeing it once, and let me tell you, that one time when I saw it will probably be the last time, because from what I do remember of it, it was pretty much just a bunch of duck feces. The whole plot to this movie is basically about a fucking duck who gets himself lost in a human world and trying to get back, and then there's also this whole, like, love story thing going on with a human and a duck, and that just sounds really fucking creepy, but still, you know, that just sounds really fucked up if you ask me. And like I said before, the acting and like the voiceover for this movie is complete shit. I have no idea what the hell were going through the minds of the people that were making this movie, but whatever. If they were trying to make a really bad movie of that year, they pretty much just did. Which I think it was released in 1986, I believe. You guys can correct me if I'm wrong, because I really cannot remember. There's not really a whole lot I can really say about this movie, although it pretty much, you'd rather play with like a stick of butter with like feathers and while playing in the middle of a big pile of shit, really. But anyway, let's just move on to the next one, because there's not as much detail I can say about this. As for number 8, we have the Super Mario Bros. Movie. As many of you may know, I fucking love Mario games with all my life. But this movie is probably one of the worst video game based movies I've probably ever seen. In fact, I remember reading a comic book way back in the day, and from what I remember seeing an advertisement on the back of it somewhere, that they were showing a Super Mario Bros. Movie. And this movie was obviously made like around the same time when I was born, but this was like way later on though. And I never even knew that they even made a movie. And I was pretty excited to actually see it, and of course no one I ever knew actually seen this movie. But then when I saw it on TV one day and I decided to watch it, god damn, I was fucking disappointed. Like, did any of the fuckers that made this movie even like played or even heard of Super Mario at all? Like, it doesn't even feel like Mario related at all. It just feels like someone that really had no idea what they were doing, so then they just threw it all together and decided to throw the Mario book right out the window. Like, it's so fucking lazy. Like, they decided to make up Mario's last name, and apparently Mario's last name is Mario, and then Luigi's last name would probably be Mario because, you know, they're kind of both brothers. But come on, like, that's just stupid, lazy ass shit. Like, you can just tell that they fucking rushed that. Another thing I really don't understand is that why the fuck is Bowser human? Like, last time I checked, he was like a turtle dragon thing that breathed fire, but no, not in this movie, he's a fucking human. Never thought I'd ever see that one day. Like, even the Goombas were even fucking human, and yeah, it's just fucking disaster. Like, who thought that would have actually been a good idea? And to be honest with you, when I first watched this, I had no idea who the fuck they were until like they said like something about Goombas or some shit, and then I was all like, yeah, there's no way that they're just bullshitting with me. And I know that there are a lot of bad movies that are based off of video games, but this one is probably one of the worst, and also probably the one that pretty much started it all, so, you know, that's pretty much why I pretty much put this movie at number 8, because it's just a bunch of 8-bit shit that turned into a movie that is not 8-bit, but, you know, anyway, I don't even know what the fuck I'm saying anymore. It's just a load of crap. For number 7, we have a movie called Jennifer's Body. What the fuck? How could this be bad? It has sexiness written all over it. Well, to be honest, if you want to make a good movie, you can't just stick to one whole fucking thing and then just leave everything else out. Let's take a look at Michael Bay for a second, okay? And let's compare it. Most of his movies are usually contain flash, and no support. Well, this movie, it's pretty much the same fucking concept. Like, all it is just a hot girl just being there just to look nice. And to be honest with you, that's not really necessarily a bad thing if done right, but this is horrendous. Just in case you're wondering who the hell is the main actress or whatever, well, it's Megan Fox. And we all know that she is drop dead gorgeous and all, but to be honest with you, from what I think of her for her acting skills, she's not that great for an actor. But on to the main point though, I really found this movie to be, the story, really terrible. It's just not even all that great of a story really, and it's just complete shit. I think I say complete shit a lot of times, but you know what, let's just say, instead of saying complete shit, let's just say, it's just really bad and just so See, I can't even think of any fucking thing to think about this movie. There's just nothing that great about it other than the whole fact that there's a hot girl in it, but to be honest with you, I can pretty much just see that anytime I go on the fucking internet, so I mean, there's really no point of fucking watching this movie when I can just look at fucking scenes from it instead and just wasting my fucking time. But the characters in this movie, they just piss me off because they're just so stupid. They just make the most stupidest decisions, and they just kind of remind me of just people in real life that I know that they just don't think and that just do everything obnoxiously because they're just that stupid. And oh my god, it's just sad. Anyways, there's nothing really a whole lot that I can say about this, stupid, sexy, whatever bullshit, piece of shit, whatever shit, yeah, shit this, shit that. Yeah, there's just not a whole lot else I can say about it, really, but yeah, it's just not even worth watching. Just look at scenes off of Google Images. That's pretty much all that's pretty much worth. Anyway, let's probably move on to the next one. At number 6, we have Son of the Mask. More like son of a bitch. But really though, this is probably one of the worst reboots or sequels or whatever you want to call it that I've probably ever seen. I would have been pretty happy to see The Mask too, because I really liked the first Mask with Jim Carrey, but this is a fucking mockery. And if you want to know the story to it, well, basically it's all about the mask that we all know from the Mask movie that's cursed, and whatever wears it pretty much goes crazy and all that. Well, basically what happens is that a dog gets the mask, and then the dog goes crazy, and then somehow a baby gets the mask too, and it goes crazy as well, and that's just a really retarded concept if you ask me. There are also a lot of digital effects in this movie, but to be honest with you, I either think they just don't look that appealing, really. It's just ridiculous, and I know this movie is just meant to be fucking crazy or whatever, but you know, it's just not even appealing to look at, or it's just not even great at all. And also, just with all the other shit wrong with this movie, it's just a train wreck. We really should have had The Mask 2 rather than this, because at least The Mask 2 could have been a good movie, rather than this. We just knew from the start it was just really bad and unfunny, and I just really did not understand the whole point of this movie, really. There was just nothing to it. Nothing really stood out for me, and, well, not anything stood out at all, but anyways, it's just basically, it's just a bunch of, dog shit wrapped up in tin foil and then thrown across all over the place, and, you know what, I'm gonna just quit talking about the shit jokes. I think it's probably getting old by now. So yeah, that's pretty much all I can say about it, really, so let's just go to the next one. As for number 5, we have the Twilight Saga. Well, any of the movies can be counted as this one, considering that they're all pretty much the same damn thing. I have a strange feeling that I'll probably might get raped by a bunch of fangirls from whatever the shit I'm going to be saying about this movie. But anyways, that's just to get that out of the way. But in case you're wondering how I actually watched these movies, well, I've only seen the first one, but you know, because I've seen the first one, I don't really want to see the other ones, and I've only watched the first one only because I got really fucking bored, and I just wanted to see what it was all about and all the yippee-jappy all about it, and I did, and I must say, it was a complete waste of fucking time. And the one problem with this movie that I have is that this movie is so goddamn emotionless. Like, you have no idea how emotionless this movie is. Like, fuck, a fucking robot can do better than this shit. But the whole film itself, like, it's just so boring. Like, everything in it is just so bland and stuff that it's just really boring, and I just didn't even feel like I really wanted to do anything, really. Like, I was surprised I didn't shut off the movie, like, during, like, the first few minutes I was watching it. But yes, it's basically one of those movies where the reason why that it's terrible is that it's just really boring, and there's not really a whole lot of exciting things happening in it, although the only good thing I can really say about it is that at least the digital effects look okay, but I mean, I don't think that's gonna be enough to save this fucking thing. As for story, the one thing that really, like, boggles my mind is the fact that it's just so stupid and fucked up. Like, seriously, like, it's basically just about a girl who's deciding to either choose between fucking a dead guy or fucking a fucking werewolf. Like, does that sound appealing to you at all? Well, to me, that just sounds like a porno gone bad. And not the good kind. The really fucking horrible, disgusting kind. But remember when I said something about the whole Jennifer's Body movie being, like, the characters and it just being really, really retarded and obnoxious? Well, in this movie, it's like 10 times worse. And to think that this was originally a book and then they decided to make it into a movie, and I don't know, I just don't get it. I don't understand where, like, the human capacity was able to process the fact that this was actually going to be a good idea. Well, at least they got a shit ton of money out of it. But seriously though, I just think too many people praise this thing too much, and yeah, this is probably gonna be the part where everyone's gonna be all like, oh my god, you just Twilight, you are gonna fucking die in a fucking hole, you asshole, blah 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 blah. And if any of you guys actually do say it in the comment box, well, that's cool. I don't really care because it's not gonna change my opinion on it if you like it or not. Well, there's not really much else I can really discuss about it other than the fact that just, I don't know, stupid idea, ended up being paid off. Don't understand how it worked, but whatever. I think it's a really crappy movie, and if you guys think it's a crappy movie, well, that's cool, and if you don't think it's crappy at all, well, that's also fine. Just whatever. Anyway, let's just go to the next one. On number 4, we have Biodome. Surprised to see this movie on my list? Well, from what I remember seeing from other people's videos is that usually this movie usually shows up quite commonly in other people's lists of worst movies that they've ever saw. Well, to be honest with you, it's not really all that big of a surprise, and I can kind of understand why they put it on their list, because, you know, this movie is basically a piece of fucking biodump. See what I did there? Well, I know it's kind of a lame joke, but whatever. Now, have you ever seen any movie that, like, really fucking annoys you, like, a lot? Well, this probably has to be one of the most annoying movies that I've personally ever seen. One of them. But the main reason why this movie is so fucking annoying is mainly because of the fact that their fucking voices are really annoying, and the way how they fucking laugh drives you nuts. And not only that, but it's just, all the movie is basically about is, like, these two douchebag guys just act like complete douchebags to everyone just so they can prove their maximum doucheness, I guess, or some bullshit thing like that. But yeah, it's just, oh my god, like, I don't even know where to, like, begin with this shit. Like, this is, like, it's just really fucking annoying, and it just drives you insane, and, like, I couldn't even watch the whole fucking thing. Like, that's how, like, bad it was, and not just only that, but the acting is bad too on top of that, so it's just a shit sandwich that just happens to be a part of a biochemical shit. So yeah, there's not a lot to say about this one, considering how I only saw, like, half the damn movie, and, well, I don't really think the movie's gonna pick up from, like, half of it until the way end, like, just from what I've seen of it, and, oh, it's bad. It's annoying. I've already said that shit all over a bunch of times about this movie, and I think you guys get the idea that it really is fucking annoying, but seriously though, who the fuck thought this would actually be a good fucking idea? Well, clearly, it wasn't. So let's go to the next one, and trust me, these last 3 movies are fucking rough. For number 3, we have Justin Bieber's Never Say Never the movie. It has Justin Bieber in it. Enough said. What? You think that's the only reason why this movie fucking sucks? Well, to be honest with you, no, that's not the only reason why the movie fucking sucks. There's a lot of other reasons why it sucks, and I'm gonna tell you why. Well, it's a documentary, and I'm pretty sure everyone here knows the description of a documentary, or the basic description of a documentary is movies, television based on recreating an actual event, era, lifestyle, etc. But when a documentary is about a person, it normally talks about someone who has been around for a while and has done lots of achievements throughout their lives or whatever and all that type of good stuff. But seriously though, Justin Bieber hasn't even been around that long, and as for doing any achievements, well, the only other thing I can really think about is getting famous at a young age by singing stupid shit that I really don't like and that I find really annoying. But there's really no point in that though, like seriously, like all the movie basically is just talking about what Justin Bieber has done, and to be honest with you, there wasn't a whole lot to be done with, so I mean, like seriously, and apparently this movie's like about like 105 minutes. Like how can they describe everything that he's done in 105 minutes? I bet you anything, I can probably describe the entire movie a lot less than that. There was a child named Justin Bieber, and when he was very young, he played music like banging on the drums. But later, he was making videos on the interwebs, and they got viral because girls only watched them because it was apparently cute. That is all. Much later, a guy named Usher came along and supported this kid. Now everyone knows who he is, and that is how this testicular movie was made. The end. See, I just saved you so much fucking time. Like, really? Like, do you really want to watch a movie off Justin Bieber for 105 minutes? But yet, I just saved you all that time just by explaining what I just said in that really stupid-ass voice. But all in all, there's really no fucking point of, like, making this movie. Like, the only reason why I think they really made this movie was just a cash-in just for the fucking fangirls can fucking buy it. Nothing else. But here's the end of what I'm gonna be saying about this movie, and that is pretty much that it's a pretty horrible idea to make a documentary about someone that is just as plain as a blank sheet of paper. Fucking pointless. So let's move on to number 2, shall we? For number 2, we have Fred the movie. We all know what we're all thinking. Nobody gives a fuck about Fred anymore. Well, to be honest with you, this movie is really shitty. And not only that, but I really had to put this on this list and give credit to where credit is due on this shit list because, well, it's a shitty movie. But seriously though, what do you get when you have an annoying YouTuber that ends up making a movie? An annoying fucking movie that just blows ass. Remember when I said Biodome would had to be like one of the most annoying movies I ever watched? Well, this movie takes the motherfucking cake at being more annoying. But you wanna know something weird about this movie? Fucking John Cena plays in this movie. And to be honest with you, I'm not a fan of him at all. But seriously though, when I found out about that, I thought that was really fucking weird and ironic because I remember a conversation that me and my friend had one time where basically we just made a joke about saying something about a bunch of people that we hate. And for an example, like there was like one about John Cena and then there was one about Fred as well. And then like a few years later, this happened both to be in the same movie. Like, wow, it's like they just like someone put a spy camera in my room and then decided like, oh, that's a good idea, we have to put them together. But really though, it's not a fucking good idea. In fact, this movie is just a horrible idea to begin with. But this fuckheap of a movie is pretty much just really unfunny and just plain childish. And I know Fred is supposed to be childish, but you know what? How is that fucking humor? Like, that's not fucking funny at all. Like, it's just stupid and just, it just makes me just want to like tear my hair out. Also, the acting in this movie isn't even all that great as well. And to be honest with you, just as another really random ironic thing, I remember years ago, before when the movie came out, I was hearing like some stuff apparently that Fred was making a movie, and then there was like a video of like a bunch of people making a reaction to that, and I was thinking like is this like a joke or whatever? Like, are they just doing this just to see like what would happen or anything? But then like years later, after when the movie came out, and I didn't even know it came out, me and my friend were looking on like I don't think it was Netflix, I think it was like the video store for like the PSN store, and I remember we were just looking through it because we got bored, and then we see a movie there called Fred the Movie, and I'm just like, are you shitting me? Like, is this real? Is this real life? Okay, no, none of that, but anyway, it's just, I just didn't understand, like, that was actually, like, they actually put up with actually making this a movie and releasing it, and I got bored one day, and I decided to watch it on the internet, and just like all of Fred's videos, they all fucking suck. But I think that's a given though, like seriously, like why would you want to watch a movie with Fred in it? Like, unless if you're like a 12-year-old girl or something, but really though, like, it's horrible. Like, it's just so retarded, and it's just not funny, even though I already said it's not funny already though, but seriously, like, I just can't go around just saying it's not funny. It's just a waste of time. It's just bad. It's horseshit. Regular ass horseshit is basically constructed in this DVD that happened to be called Fred the Movie. Yeah, that's right. The movie was constructed in a disc made from horseshit. Anyways, enough of that. I really think I should probably be moving on to the #1 spot, and I'm really not looking forward to it. Although, before I end this though, I'll just be explaining a couple of things. Well, first things first. Maybe I should just do a countdown of what we already went through so far. At number 10, we have The Room. At number 9, we have Howard the Duck. 8, we have Super Mario Bros. Movie. 7, we have Jennifer's Body. 6, we have Son of the Mask. 5, we have the Twilight series. 4, we have Biodome. 3, we have Justin Bieber the movie, Never Say Never. 2, we have Fred the movie. And number 1, I will just be explaining a couple things on the way. So what can I explain before talking about number 1? Well, for one, number 1, to me, it's so bad, I consider it unspeakable. Like, I just hate talking about it. And not just only that, but I also hate spreading the fucking word about it. Like this movie should have been forgotten. And I know I'm pretty much breaking what I just said, but you know, I'm only doing it because I think it would be good to actually get some shit off my chest. Literally shit. Actually, no, that's just gross. But anyway, you should probably consider yourself lucky that you're going to be hearing this out of my mouth because, you know, I just hate talking about it so much. But I'm only going to give credit to where credit is due at where the fact that this is the #1 movie that is the most abomination of all movies that were ever made in the entire world. In my own opinion, anyway. So, let there be known that I will talk about the biggest piece of garbage known to mankind. Oh god. I hope that didn't give a hint away. And the #1 shittiest movie in the entire world that I have ever seen is this horrendous piece of shit. Now, if you can actually read that, that's actually what the movie is called. And I don't feel like saying it because every time just thinking about this, I get a fucking gag reflex in my mouth. But holy fuck. Where can I start? Where can I fucking start? Well, for one thing, if you have never heard of this movie before, you may be thinking you must be living under a rock, right? Well, to be honest with you, if that's actually the case, I would fucking love to live under that rock, because I wish I never would have heard about this movie. But you really want to know why this movie is so dreadful in its own fucking waste? And that's literally everything. Yes, I am dead serious. Literally fucking everything in this movie is god fucking awful. When it comes to the acting, the story, the messages, the scenes, the music, and the goddamn outfits, like all bundled up into a big horrendous piece of garbage shit fest, piss fest, whatever you want to call it. But anyway, it's just everything that's fucking bad. But the one funny thing is that in this movie, in the title of it anyway, it has the word garbage in it, probably indicating that that's probably where this movie fucking belongs. And it's funny how it's just self-aware at that. And I'm pretty sure anyone that can tell from what they've actually know about this movie that this movie is fucking disturbing, it's fucking disgusting, it's just dreadful in all areas that you can pretty much think about. But let me be serious with you for just a moment though. As many of you may know, this movie was based off a franchise back in the 80s, and oh boy, what can I say about it is that I fucking hated it. And I'm not only putting on this movie for #1 just because I fucking hated the damn originality, but it's just really that fucking horrible, as you can tell from the reasons that I already said already. But really though, like, the fucking cards, I don't fucking get it. Like, I never understood what the fuck the point was. Even when I was a kid, I've even found it fucking retardedly stupid and disgusting, and I just never really found a point to it. But anyway, that's just what I think about it, and I just really fucking hated it. Like, I just hated the fucking franchise altogether. Like, it all just fucking sucked ass. Anyways, that's my little rant about just the entire, like, card shit. So let's just get back to the fucking movie, even though they're both fucking horrendous as shit, but anyway. But you wanna know what the really sad part is about this? That this movie was rated PG, and it was for kids. Like, the most disturbing, foul, ball-eating of a movie, and it's for kids. What the fuck is wrong with you? Did anyone even realize that, like, any of this shit was not even right at all? I'm very surprised that this movie is actually released to the public. And it even perplexes me of the fact that this movie was not even banned from anywhere, because goddamn, like, this movie was just a pile of horse shit wrapped around in fucking, like, dead skin, and then after that, it being thrown in the microwave, and then the microwave was, like, being dumped into a fucking whale's ass. Okay, I have no idea where the fuck I'm coming up with these insults, but seriously though, like, this movie is so bad that it's pretty much driving me fucking insane right now. But one random thing that I have heard about with this movie though is that apparently, like, when this movie was actually released in theaters, was that apparently a bunch of parents complained about it, and that apparently, like, the advertisement with this movie was withdrawn from the public. It was probably a good thing that that was like that. But you want to know something that really sucks fucking dino testicles? Is the fucking character development. It's just very uncreative and just really piss poor performance and assemble at its best. Not even its best, it's the fucking worst. Another thing that I really don't fucking understand with this piece of shit is the fact that when the characters, when they fucking, like, move their mouths, like, their mouths, like, never even close all the way. And sometimes you can't even tell who the fuck is actually talking. Like, to be honest with you, that's just retarded. And is that really necessary to actually make the most simplest thing in the movie more fucking complicated, fucking assholes? Anyways, another thing I really have to mention is the fucking music. Well, for one thing's for sure is that the song that was in this movie, it was written by some guy named Michael Lloyd. Now, I've never heard this name before, although after researching though, I have found out that he actually has made music from decent movies, or at least movies that I thought were okay anyway. And to be honest with you, what the fuck was he thinking at this time? Like, what, was he fucking drunk off his ass and decided to say, "Fuck everything, I'm gonna make this fucking song sound like a fucking, like, broken fan on a toilet with someone taking a fucking dump on it"? Okay, I have no idea if he actually said that, but I think you get the idea. It's just ass annoying. And I literally mean ass annoying. But as for the story though, well, one thing's for sure is that it's definitely not worth getting into. Even though it's not like it's worth getting into anything with this fucking piece of fuck movie. But anyway, basically, it's just a fucking broken mess. That I never even understood the fucking point to the movie. You know what? You know what that kind of reminds me of? The fucking Cards. But as for a really funny thing that I really need to say right now, is that if I ever seen this movie, like, in, like, a thrift store or something, because I wouldn't be surprised if I ever saw one there, but if I ever saw it there, I'd probably break the fucking shit out of it. And I'm pretty sure it's probably only on VHS, because, you know, I have no idea if any idiot would actually, like, try to remake this movie on DVD, or let alone fucking Blu-ray, because, you know, we really need to see this, like, disturbing fucking, like, scenery and HD graphics, because, you know, like, we just really need to fucking torture our fucking selves. By the way, though, if anyone is actually gonna, like, upload a video of themselves, like, fucking destroying this piece of garbage of a movie, I'd fucking love to see that, because that would just be so fucking funny and amusing to me. So, if anyone can actually, like, upload something like that or something, just let me know. I'd fucking get a laugh out of that, and I'm pretty sure everyone else would too. But I'm sure we can all agree that this movie deserves to be fucking broken and dismantled and fucking burnt or shot or cut up into a bunch of bazillion amount of pieces. It's because no one deserves to watch something this bad. Like, none of your enemies even deserve to watch this fucking, like, plastic abomination. But you wanna know something that I really am curious about though? Not like I wanna be curious about anything about this, like, horrendous movie, but for the people that actually grew up when this movie was actually, like, in theaters or in the making, what was actually, like, your thoughts of it after you watched it? Because I'm pretty sure a lot of kids probably must have had a lot of nightmares about this, like, fucktard of a movie. Like, if anyone's actually watching this that actually is old enough to actually know about this shit. But yeah, anyway, that's just one thing I really did want to know about, because it's just something I just wonder, because I was born in 1993, and to be honest with you, I feel pretty lucky that I didn't have to grow up with watching this crap. Like, at least that's just what I think anyway. But another honest question that I really have no idea about though, is there anyone in this entire world that has ever seen this movie and actually liked it? That is something I really have no idea is actually existent. But if it is, if there is actually someone that actually likes this movie, just tell me why, or just tell the world why, or just say anything of why you like it, because I don't think I'm gonna understand at all, because, like, that's gonna be something that I'm gonna be all like, oh, the fuck? Like, is that possible? Like, is this real life? Okay, I'm not gonna say the joke twice because I know I just got that from a stupid other video, but anyway, it's just something that will confuse the fuck out of me more than anything I have probably ever been so confused about. God damn it. Oh, and if the person that actually likes this movie is like a fucking fanboy of it, he probably might as well just fucking kill me in my sleep right now, because he will probably hate my guts right now, because considering the fact that I'm fucking talking like the biggest shit about this movie. Phew. Wow. as if I'm like almost done talking about this like worst movie that I've ever seen, because god damn it, like there's even more about this movie that fucking like blows ass and just fucking like just sucks the fucking life out of you. But you know what? I think that I probably may just end it up here because, you know, there's not really much further else I can really say, really. Like, it's just that fucking horrible that no one should fucking deserve to watch this. Nobody. Like I said before, your enemies don't even deserve to see this, like, piece of fuckery. But one last thing, though. What the fuck were they thinking? Like, did they actually think this movie was gonna be really profitable? Because, to be honest with you, a movie about fucking cards that are just fucking pointless to begin with, yeah, that's totally gonna make you a whole lot of fucking money, right? Honestly, I think even I can make a fucking better movie than this. And I'm not even that good at all with movies, so imagine how much better I can do. Probably a lot, considering the fact that at least I can actually think of a better idea than this clusterfuck of a movie. But okay, I think I'm probably done talking about this. Like, seriously, like, I'm fucking tired, and I really don't want to continue, like, talking about this turd nation. But if making a good movie was not their intention, then what was it? To make the worst movie ever possible to be seen? Or was it just a cruel joke that would be going down in history of the 1980s? We may never know, and I'm pretty sure we may not want to know, because, god damn it, this is, like, worse beyond everything. Like, I think I would rather watch all the other movies that I mentioned in this list in one night and forget about this, because I wouldn't be fucking watching this if I had it. I'd be fucking destroying the shit out of it by using anything that would be used in my disposal, just because it'd be funny. Also, maybe throwing into a microwave would be hilarious, or maybe a blender, or maybe just throwing into a garbage disposal. You know what, I just see what I did there. Because it has the word garbage in it, and it like destroys garbage, and that thing has the word garbage in the title, and it really is a piece of garbage. Okay, anyway, I'm not trying to be funny anymore. That was just a really stupid pun. But anyway, I am fucking done talking about this abomination of all movies. So I hope you enjoyed the video. Thanks for watching, and have yourself a good day by not watching any of these, especially the one I just talked about.